So traders, let's get into the market update right now. The market is dropping right now, guys. And this is exactly what we talked about over the last few videos. So I want to give you an update of what's happening right now about the everything drop is actually happening right now, but it's actually an everything good drop. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders. So let's actually get into today's market update. Traders, before I do start, I want to share something with you that I think is going to really help you. I think one of the most powerful things we can do as a trader, right? One of the most powerful things we can actually do as a trader or as a human being, right, is the ability to be able to stay calm under pressure. I think that's the biggest thing that really defines the people that do really well in life, the people that don't do really well in life. People that do really well in life, they have a whole bunch of shit thrown at them as well, right? Just like most other people. But I think the people that do well in life, you know, whether it's becoming like being patient with your kids, whether it's trying to see things a bit more clearly, not getting stressed as much, trying to stay a bit more calmer, trying to understand what's going on. I think one of the most powerful things we can do, right, is having the ability that when all hell is breaking loose, that we can try to stay calm and try to stay in more of a calm place to make much better trading decisions. Make sense? Because I think you guys know, especially where we are right now, guys, you guys know that the market's going to be chopping a lot. You guys are probably getting chopped around right now in the markets, right? Because like you don't know what's going on. There's a lot of volatility, and I've been talking about this for the last couple of months that we're going through this now phase where there's going to be a lot of volatility in the markets. I do expect more downside to drop, but there's going to be a lot of volatility in the markets in here, and a lot of people are going to be getting chopped out of the markets, especially if you listen to a lot of people out there say that we're going to go for another big bull move and all that sort of stuff, right? So I think one of the most powerful things we can do, and even for myself, right? And this goes for everything, right? And I think one of the things I look at here is, you know, like something happened to me just yesterday that could have sent me into a bit of an angry mode, but I've had the ability to try to stay calm under pressure to make good decisions, right? Because when it comes down to you getting ahead, right? We all know that. I remember whether it's getting ahead or when we're trying to get ahead in life, it's all about trying to make much better decisions on a day-by-day basis, right? Because it's all the small decisions that lead up to a much better decision, a much better result. And I think, and if we've done some really bad, we've done some mistakes, maybe we've gone into debt, and we want to try to get ahead in life, right? One of the best things we can try to do is to be able to handle this pressure, no matter what life's throwing at us, to be able to stay calm and then to be able to move forward. And that's the reason why, I personally like Trump. I'm not talking political here, but I personally like Trump. And the reason why I like Trump is, I was talking to a guy yesterday, is because it's all about that, right? It's all about he is all about taking it and be able to handle this pressure in there. And the same for you guys, right? In the mix of trading, and when things may not be working out for you, or you may have to be a bit more patient and wait for some good setups when you're impatient. I think one of the best things we can do, right, is having the ability to be able to stay calm under pressure. And I think the number one thing that I do is all the time is, even though shit may be happening in my life, right? Now, shit's not happening in my life right now. Shit did happen with my life yesterday, and this thing went on for basically the entire day. But that shit wasn't bad. It was shit, but because I had the ability to, my number one thing is just breathe. Just breathe. Okay, what do I need to do right now? All right, I breathe. What do I need to do right now? What do I need to focus on? What's really going on? Try not to let that nervous system kick into gear, but okay, what do I need to focus on right now? Do I need to get out of this trade? Do I need to do this? Do I need to make this phone call? Like, what's my next best step that I need to do? You know what I mean? And I think when we do that, the reason why I'm bringing this up here is because I know a lot of people may be under a little bit of pressure right now, and they're maybe trying to get ahead in the markets, but they're definitely getting whipsawed around. I'm in 3 trades right now, guys. And those 3 trades are amazing trades, right? 1 is a small loss and 2 are nicely in profit right now. So they're the trades that I'm personally in when it comes to my trading and so on and so forth. If you do need some help, guys, I'm giving away a free trading course, 4 phases in that course, and my trading system for free. There's the link in the description there. So let's actually get into the actual markets today. And yesterday I actually did an update for you guys, and I talked about how that right now the market has dropped down through here. This is the Nasdaq, and then the market actually has had a rally through here on the Nasdaq. This is the same for the S&P 500. They basically all look the same, right? They've dropped below my moving average. We had a strong down, and now we're just slowly going across. And now we've got this big down candle. And I did a video yesterday saying that I believe the everything drop is actually starting. And this is, remember guys, this is an everything good drop, right? Because why? Because after this drop, there's going to be some amazing buying opportunities. If we can just be ready for this, right? Sometimes, especially us traders, right? We want to be trading all the time. And I've always found in my personal trading career, guys, and this is a big thing for most people, I've always found in my own personal trading career that if I look back over the year, there may be 20 to 30% of the trades that I take that are really needle movers in the account. And then the rest, you know, the 70 to 80% of trades I take, they're the small movers, right? Like the 70, 80% might move the account 3, 4, 5%. And then the 20 to 30% of trades move the account 40, 50%. You know what I mean? In one trade, because that's what happens through there. And what I'm talking about there, guys, is when I say 30, 40, 50%, what I'm talking about that's like, if I have, I just give you an example of how I look at things in myself, right? So if I have a $100,000 trading account as an example, right? And this is how I personally trade myself. If I have a $100,000 trading account, then what I'll do is on a position, I'll put 10% of that. I'll put 10% of that on any position. So if it's an option trade, I'll put on there. Now my average loss, right? My average loss. Okay, you know what, guys? Instead of using a fictitious, I'll use the exact example of gold, right? I'll use the exact example of gold. So I actually did 20% of my account on gold, right? So I did 20% of my entire account, a 20% position on my on the actual gold when it comes to the gold options trade, right? Now gold did around 350% return there, right? But I'll take it back to just 10%. Okay, I'll take it back just to 10%. So my gold trade, I was in for about 6 weeks. If you have a $100,000 trading account and you're placing a $10,000 option trade, the way that I trade options, I'm risking roughly around 20 to 30% of that position. So if I have a $100,000 trading account, I'm placing $10,000 on that, and my risk in the back of my mind with that option trade is roughly 20 to 30% is going to be my average loss that I'm going to have, right? So I'm risking what, 2 to 3% of my entire account. That's that there, right? But with that 10%, or with the 10%, what did gold do? It did about 350% for me. Right? So that gold trade did what? A 35% growth on your account in one trade by risking only what? 2 to 3%. You see what I'm saying here, guys? Like, this is the way that I like to do things. Now, again, that's what's called a home run trade. I don't always get that, right? I might risk 20 to 30, I might have 2 to 3% risk on my account and only grow my account by 5%. I might have a loss, right? But I'm just trying to share with you. Now, that was that there, right? I did 20% of my account, and there you can see the growth of my account just from that one trade there. So, I also actually had another account where I traded futures on that gold trade. But I'm just trying to share with you guys an example of how I personally trade the markets and why I believe the way that I trade is the best out there. Because if I am wrong, I can be wrong small, but if I am going to capture that there. And the purpose of me saying that is because and bringing this up here, guys, is because there are times throughout my trading career and throughout the trading year that I have to be patient. I have to step back, and I just have to make sure that I'm making good decisions. And sometimes, guys, the best thing to do, wrapping this around with what's happening right now with the metals, the miners, and then the stock market, as we're having this pullback, as we're having the drop, sometimes you might not. I know some people might be saying, "Oh, let me short this market because I believe it's going to go down." I'm in the firm believer of let this market actually come down. If you look for some good buying opportunities, there's going to be some amazing buying opportunities if we're just a bit more patient. So anyway, just went a little bit of tangent there, guys, to help you guys out when it comes to my own personal trading and the way that I look at things and all that sort of stuff. So, but I have multiple different accounts, guys. I have futures and forex and crypto account. I have an options of trading account. I also have another account for long-term investing. So anyway, so looking at this S&P 500, we can see what's happening here, right? Down and across, and even the Dow Jones, right? I talked about this in yesterday's update as well too on the Dow Jones, that we actually had down and then across, and now guess what? We're now starting to sell off quite strongly through here. So this is exactly what we walked through yesterday. If you saw yesterday's update, so I'm expecting a lot more downside to come, guys, and the same for the mining sector and especially the GDXJ. I'm really excited because let me bring this up to here. Right, let me bring this here. So I'm really excited about the GDXJ because if I squeeze this up here, if we can get the GDXJ, now we've actually broken out here. If we can get the GDXJ to come down through here somewhere and then start to find a bit of support, I believe it could start to see some really big moves. And that's also the same for the SIL, the silver mining sector as well too, guys. And again, and also the everything drop is actually happening, and also the silver price, right? So and also silver and also gold, right? So I absolutely just, for you guys that saw my gold trade, right? What a perfect entry there, exit there. What a perfect trade, right, guys? That's what I do when that again, guys. This was a home run type of a trade. Anyway, so now we're looking at this level through here, right? And now the gold is pulling back. The everything drop is happening, but it's an everything good drop. And the reason why is because if we go back to the bigger time frames, right? Much bigger time frames. What is this? This is just what? This is just a nice healthy correction in a big bull market. So we've had this very big move to the upside. Now we're getting through here, and now we're probably going to see something like that coming through there. So that's what I'm looking at from there, and that's what I'm seeing from here, guys. And that's how I'm seeing what's actually going on with the actual markets from there. So anyway, traders, that's it for me today. Right now, the everything drop is happening, but the everything good drop is happening.